Hey, Perfect Spirit. I'm Sam Shelley, the Miracle Man. Now let's create a miracle in your life. Let's throw out that mental junk drawer and we'll see the miracles are always there. So this is a little bit different video for me. So I've been thinking about, the mass murders in Atlanta, Boulder recently, and just wondering why humans can be so cruel and do these evil things. It's because they're completely identified with this head trash, these beliefs, these opinions, these thoughts that are not the truth. That no matter how much you believe a story, a thought to be true, it's not the truth. It's true from your limited perspective. It's the truth of one, of not the many, of not the infinite. So my heart goes out to their friends, their families. These are tough, difficult times for them. Because most don't realize they are not their thoughts. They're only completely identified with this, with our form. But even these victims are perfect spirit. And they have returned back to consciousness. Most likely before their time. That they had additional lessons to learn here as a soul. To learn, to grow, to be happy, to thrive. But there are no mistakes in the universe. And that sometimes it's hard to understand that there are no mistakes. That there's a greater reason why these things continue to happen. Because we're not taking care of the root issues, the root problems. And you could say it could be gun laws, it could be the politicians, but that's still surface level. It still doesn't get to the root of the issue, the root of the problems, that it is our mindset, it is this head trash. This is my mission, is for people to get rid of this head trash, to be at harmony with themselves, to be at peace with themselves. And this peace, this harmony will ripple into the world. So just pondering, that the Indian culture has had these mindfulness practices, meditation practices for many thousands of years, maybe 4,000 or 5,000 years. It goes way back in time when they were sitting back on the Saraswati River or whatever it may be, then be there for that. They were developing these practices. But we just have to realize that we aren't this. So when people do evil things, they are completely identified with. And it's just more than a murder. It could be like you're having an argument with your spouse, with your boss. You're just doing things that are just not morally correct, if you will. Because you're completely identified with this story. And this story is causing all the pain, all the suffering in the world. And we just need to see that we're all this one perfect spirit, that there's only one consciousness. And this one consciousness fuels all these different bodies. It's in all these things that we can see and touch. This desk, this floor, this body. We're all made of the same stuff. You can call that same stuff like the quantum field, these quantum particles. But this consciousness has an intelligence behind it. But we also have this free will. That consciousness can't overrule the mind that's completely lost at times. Because the spirit is always there whispering, go there, do this. And your mind screaming at you, no, this is better action, do this, do that. And trying to force its way. And the way really is through peace, through gentleness, through kindness. So this is why it's really my mission for help people to get rid of this head trash, these opinions, these stories, these beliefs that are just creating so much division and separation. It's really learning to see that we're all perfect spirit, we're all consciousness. We're doing our very best, giving our understanding of the situation, our thoughts on the situation, and how aware we are that we are consciousness. But I know I was lost in this for many years. Nearly 40 years I was lost in my thoughts. And I nearly killed myself twice in my 20s because I took my thoughts as the truth. But it's a very destructive force. That head trash is to be taken seriously. That this is the biggest disease in society. The biggest addiction is our head trash. And this constant loop. But we have to realize we are not this constant noise. We are the infinite intelligence of the universe. And if we can tap into that, then we know the peace, the gentleness of consciousness. And that will ripple out into the world. Not through a lot of pushing and forcing. So it's not the politicians, it's not the laws. It's getting everyone to see that, hey, your consciousness. We need to put this into our education system. Maybe instead of like a gym class, there's a relaxation period of a half hour of just sitting there doing nothing. We don't need a formal meditation practice, just a relaxation practice of just sitting there relaxing, and notice where the body is in this space. What are you touching? Where are your feet? There's courses that can be developed around this. Now when you're teaching kindergarten, the colors, the alphabet, they're fully present. But then we take them out of the present exercises. Like, what color is this object? What color is this object? That gets them into the present. Because you can either focus on the object that's right here, right now, or you can be lost in thoughts. And it seems as we go through school, we're into more of these conceptual ideas, as opposed to really being here in this moment, where all of our power resides. So we just need to stop the identification of head trash. It's really causing all your ailments, all your health issues. If you're dealing with money issues, relationships issues, career, it can all be attributed to this mental junk drawer. It has a story and it's disabling you in some way. Because you have infinite possibilities and potentials within you. But this is causing a disablement. This is causing a constriction that you can't do this or that. But you're just doing cruel things that are not helping the world. And you're mostly being cruel to yourself by calling yourself an idiot, a moron, whatever it may be. And you're just beating yourself up. And that's not healthy. Healthy is when you tap into your own wisdom and you do what's best for this body, this temporary body. It's only here for a short while. We all have a finite amount of time here in this body. We can either, cherish all that time or waste it away. And if you're lost in this fantasy world, unfortunately you're wasting it away. Your spirit, your soul isn't growing. It's not expanding. It's stuck, like stuck in a rut. But this is our chance. This is our opportunity. If we want to stop the violence, the cruelty in the world, then we need to start looking at the root core issues. How present are people? Are they completely identified in this fantasy land? Are they fully being here in this moment? It's a very simple message. Be here or not. And most people choose not, and they're not even aware they're choosing not to be here. The fantasy land is a lot more entertaining. Sitting here quietly, the mind grows bored. Very, very bored in this space. So it wants to entertain itself. How can I distract myself from only being in touch with who I am? So evil is this completely identification with the head trash, then acting on this voice. Because this voice, no matter how much you believe it to be true, it is not the truth. You can look at all these scientific facts that have been disproven over the years. Because the only thing that's true is consciousness. Everything else is in flux, changing. Life is a dynamic, And destiny is not fixed. Destiny transpires in each step. Are we taking a step in presence? Are we taking more steps into the fantasy land? So just settle in. Life is a bumpy ride until you start to dive in deeper. Just keep diving deeper into yourself. Most people are just riding the waves of the emotions up, down. No, bipolar, I really noticed they depressed, high, that state. And once you're in this depths of spirit, of consciousness, you're not impacted by the waves. You realize you are the body of water. All right, I think that's my message for today. I'm going to log off for now, and I'll talk to you soon. Take good care of yourself and realize you matter, you make a difference. Now go be you, the true you, and you will see all is well. Bye for now.